Celtic are back in action this weekend, and I cannot wait. International break has been a drag. However, despite the upcoming game, we have a lot of news to discuss before this match. In today's video, we will go over all the latest Celtic news over the last 24 hours, which includes the massive Brendan Rodgers news. There's so much to cover in today's video. But first, like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. As Celtic's blistering start to the season continues under Brendan Rodgers, whispers of another Invincible-style campaign have begun to circulate, albeit a bit prematurely. With the Hoops dominating domestically and impressing in Europe, parallels are being drawn to the legendary 2016/17 squad that achieved an unbeaten domestic treble. While fans remain divided on social media about whether this current side is better, one person firmly believes they aren't quite there yet. Former Celtic goalkeeper Craig Gordon. Now with Hearts, Gordon was part of Rodgers' Invincible squad and is preparing to face his old team this Saturday night at Tynecastle. When asked about the comparison, the 41-year-old Scotland international playfully dismissed the idea but acknowledged the current team's quality. "It's not as good," Gordon laughed. "No, it's a very good team. The quality that they have, the amount of goals that they've been scoring, the form that they've been in, not just in Scotland but in Europe as well, has been very impressive. We'll need to be at our very best. It's difficult always to compare different teams, but certainly they're a very strong team at the moment and will need to be very good to get something from the game." Brendan Rodgers himself has weighed in on the debate, acknowledging the differences between the two sides. He noted that the current squad is faster, but cautioned that football has changed significantly over the last 8 years. Celtic head into the Tynecastle clash with momentum on their side, and a fit-again Adam Idah, who returned to training after missing international duty with Ireland through injury. Meanwhile, Hearts will be eager to make a statement, with Gordon and his teammates determined to rise to the occasion. Adding to the drama, Aberdeen could briefly leapfrog Celtic to the top of the table with a win earlier in the day against St Mirren. All eyes will then turn to the capital, where Celtic will look to maintain their unbeaten Premiership run and continue the buzz around their electric start to the season. In other news, Celtic cannot let Brendan Rodgers leave to replace Julian Lopetegui if he is sacked at West Ham, insists Alan Brazil. The TalkSport host reacted with shock at the suggestion after receiving a late-night text message regarding the link. With the Spaniard in trouble at the London Stadium this term, Rodgers previously left Parkhead mid-season to join Leicester City in 2019, which created huge controversy among the Hoops fans. But after mending past rifts, he returned to the managerial role in the summer of 2023, succeeding Ange Postecoglou. The Irishman has Celtic flying at the top of the Scottish Premiership. In addition to securing a spot in the League Cup final against Rangers, the current league title holders are well positioned to advance to the knockout stages of the Champions League. Former boys striker Brazil said live on TalkSport on 21st November, "Someone sent me a text last night saying Brendan for West Ham. What? Brendan Rodgers? He can't leave, not with how Celtic are playing. I don't know if it's just my mate winding me up because he is a Celtic fan or he's heard something." Gabi Agbonlahor replied, "Not with how Celtic are playing in the Champions League. They have a chance of reaching the playoffs, so he's going nowhere. I don't think they'll sack Lopetegui yet, though. I think they'll give him more time." He later added, "Well, they wanted David Moyes out, didn't they? Now you have got someone else. Be careful what you ask for." The former Liverpool manager's return to the Glasgow side has been a breath of fresh air, with the Hoops performing admirably both domestically and in Europe. In 12 league games, they've secured 10 wins and 2 draws, scoring an impressive 36 goals and conceding just 5. Rodgers' Celtic are thriving due to his meticulous tactical approach, especially in high-stakes European matches. His focus on possession-based football, high pressing and dynamic transitions has made Celtic a formidable side, not just in Scotland but now in Europe. This tactical setup has seen Celtic play competitive football against some of the continent's top teams, often causing upsets and holding their own in tough groups. A standout moment this season was their 3-1 victory over RB Leipzig in the Champions League, a result that further cemented their status as a genuine threat in European football. Meanwhile, West Ham is enduring a difficult season under new manager Lopetegui. Sitting in 14th place in the Premier League, they have struggled with consistency, a far cry from their previous European success. The club's struggles this season highlight just how valuable Rodgers is to Celtic, and they would certainly not want to risk losing him to a club in need of a manager who can turn things around. In other news, Celtic legend Scott Brown has delivered a humorous response to former Rangers star Nacho Novo's suggestion of a boxing match, proposing instead to take things up a notch with a UFC-style showdown. Speaking during Hotline Live on Thursday, Brown laughed off Novo's playful remarks, where the Spaniard hinted at stepping into the ring with the former Celtic captain. Brown, now managing Ayr United while doing some acting work on the side for Celtic's Christmas advert, couldn't resist a dig at Novo's stature, joking, "He's called me out! The wee tiny guy! I wouldn't even need to turn up! Can we not make it UFC? I wouldn't mind a wee choke out!" Novo, who recently dipped his toes into boxing, made the initial comments during an interview, cheekily claiming to still have Brown in my back pocket. Yet, Novo tempered his banter with praise for Brown, calling him a winner and acknowledging the career achievements of his former Glasgow rival. Brown, grinning at the mixed message, quipped, "He was nice at the end. I want to batter him, but he's actually not a bad guy." Reflecting on Novo's motivations, Brown questioned why the ex-Rangers forward is keen to step into the ring at all. "Why does he want to fight people anyway? I'm not sure I want to batter Nacho Novo. It's not going to be a fair fight. Why does he want to hit the old guy?" Novo's boxing aspirations have been public for some time, with plans to fight social media influencer Kaz Mulligan at Glasgow's Hydro earlier this year before the bout was cancelled due to a lack of interest. Brown, in his trademark style, poked fun at the situation, adding, "I'm not sure I'm an influencer. Is he just trying to hit the old guy?" It does have to be said that a boxing match between the pair, never mind a UFC match, but I think we all know who'd win. Lastly, Swiss international goalkeeper Yvon Mvogo has reflected on the summer transfer window in which Celtic were said to have looked to sign him. The Hoops remained on the hunt for a new stopper at the start of July. Replacing Joe Hart was no easy task, and several names such as Martin Dubravka, Alex McCarthy and Mvogo, among others, were linked with moves to Parkhead. 31 years of age, Mvogo went to Euro 2024 with Switzerland over the summer, yet didn't play a single minute. He remains at FC Lorient in the French second tier, where Celtic would have signed him from had anything materialised. In a recent interview with Blick, the goalkeeper was asked directly about Celtic's interest. He admitted his sadness at how things worked out over the summer. "There were a lot of offers," said Mvogo. "They all came relatively early. At that point, I wanted to take my time with the decision. I couldn't have imagined how difficult the market would be during the summer. Many clubs wanted free goalkeepers or ones that could be loaned out. But I had a contract with Lorient, which meant a transfer fee would have been due. I'll be honest, I was very sad about how things went. It wasn't an easy time." Celtic fans, what are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let us know down in the comments section below. That does bring us to the end of today's video. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you,